What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. Well, you already know what this one's about. I had just posted the previous video that I put up, and then the news broke, and I was like, ugh. And so I was like, and actually I was going to do a video about the lead art director from Bungie quit. Because I don't know what's going on with that, but maybe we'll get into that in another day. But today is about this man, Vince Zampella. Rest in peace. He's gone. He's not with us anymore. It's like, if the world isn't sucky enough, this happens. And the thing about Vince, if I can call him that, he brought joy to people because of what he did, what he created, what he put out there for us to ingest. Yes, it's part of the machine of capitalism, blah, 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 but his artistic integrity, his artistic skills, and, knowledge of, it's just, I guess, basic adrenaline causing action. I don't know. He was just the type of guy who knew how to make a game that people would like. And you go back, right? He was the one who made Call of Duty what Call of Duty is. If it wasn't for Vince Zampella, Call of Duty would be no better than Battlefield. Battlefield might be better than Call of Duty if it wasn't for Vince. You know what I'm saying? Vince was in there. He was head of Infinity War. They did Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Then when Modern Warfare 4 jumped, that was it. Modern Warfare 2, excuse me. I think that was the jump off. And then 3 was like, meh, and then I think he left at the end of 3 or during 3 or something like that, and whatever. But it was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. That's what the jump off was for him. And then, he bounces from Activision, and he says, yo, I'm gonna make my own team, boop, 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 Respawn. And he gets with Microsoft, and Microsoft's like, yo, hook us up, give us something. He makes Titanfall. He takes Call of Duty, says, Call of Duty. Then he goes, what if you had mechs, right? Well, hold up. Wait, I ain't finished yet, because I'm Vince. What if you had mechs, right? And then you could get out the mech, and you're like, plow, 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 like how you do Call of Duty. And then you say, Titanfall, boop. And then the mech comes out down from the sky. And it goes good boosh. It causes a big explosion. And then the mech grabs you and puts it in his chest. Come on. If someone described a game like that to me, and I'm like, it's like Call of Duty, but the mech comes down and then it grabs you and throws you in, and then you're controlling the mech in first person. Me saying it right now is getting me excited to play the game I've already played and know about. That's how I don't. Was it Vince? He's getting the credit. I'm just saying. It might have been somebody on his team. What? It doesn't matter at this point. It was Vince's. That was Vince. And plus, Titanfall 2, I'm going to say it, is still the best first-person shooter ever created, campaign-wise. It is. Nothing has beat it yet. I played the recent Call of Duty. I played last year's Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7. And they're good. And Titanfall 2, though. Titanfall 2 is done. Titanfall 2, even, what was it, BT, BD? What was your robot's name? He sounded like Optimus Prime. Yo, man, even the mech that you had was a better character than Alloy. Let's just say that. You got issues when your big lumbering mech that you control for most of the game has more of a personality than your lead redhead lady that's supposed to be a clone or something. I don't even know. This story's weird. Come on, son. Titanfall. One thing I will say about Titanfall 2 is that it didn't have the best bad guy. I don't even remember dude's name. It was some dude I saw one time, and he was like, and then but I don't know if it was the last mission or was it one just before where you're on this flying. You're like in this. It's like it's like a bunch of ships flying in the atmosphere. We're inside the atmosphere, and you're flying from ship to ship, and then you like in the mech, in BT, I guess his name. And then you jump to another ship, and then you jump out with the mech, and you go, brah, 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 and it's like a level, and then you jump back into BT, and then you go to another mech, and then at the end, you fighting a flying mech while you're on top of the flying ship. I'm like, yo, that's not even the best level. I just remember that one. I was like, and then I think the best level, okay, there's like 3 best levels. That one I just described, the time travel one, okay, spoilers. And then the one where it's the factory level. If y'all know what the factory, y'all know. If y'all know, you know. If you know, you know. The factory level was. I was like, hold up. I had to. I was like, wait. How is this? Who thought of this? Because I'm like, I've never seen a game ever do that. I've never seen a game do it moving forward. I think Prey in the beginning of Prey, the remake, or the whatever it was, not the remake, the reimagining, the newest Prey. I think they barely touched on it, but not really. It was more of a fourth wall breaking thing than what Titanfall 2 did. Titanfall 2 took level building to another level, if that, no pun intended, but I was like, listen. And that I would say that level alone cemented it as the best shooter ever created to this day. I'm going to go back and play me some Titanfall 2. That's how good it is. They need to remake Titanfall 2. Just give it some prettier graphics. I mean, the graphics are fine as well. Just make it, I don't know, ray trace. Whatever you want to do. Just make it look a little bit better, maybe more performant, and I'll play it again. That's how good it is. It's good. And like the beginning, how it sets it up, right? You're playing as, I think you're playing as BT's pilot. I think it's BT. I'm gonna just keep calling him that because I don't remember. And you die, and then BT, you become the new pilot of BT, and so BT's like, he's like, yeah, my old pilot. I was like, yo, it's like kind of sad because he's like kind of he's not like a lost puppy. He's kind of like a lost puppy. He's like, oh man, my last pilots, yeah, blah blah blah. But this man Vince, he created that. You know, like I said, everything that he did along his career, regardless of where he was working, was moving the industry in some way. Like I said, Call of Duty, he made Call of Duty what it is today. If it wasn't for Vince, Call of Duty would be not as good as what it is, right? Boom. Titanfall, like I said, the most underrated. First game was meh, but it still broke ground. Second game, best one. Best first-person shooter ever. Story, characters is so, like I said, the villain wasn't the good best, but everything else, gameplay, it was so inventive. I was like, yo, why can't games be like this? This should be a standard. Like, ugh. And if you know what it feels like, I'm sorry, I'm on Titanfall 2, but that's my jam. It feels like someone. It feels like when you're talking, like you chilling with your, like when you were a kid, right? And you know you have a vivid imagination. You're like, man, what if there was a game that did this and did that? It's like he has his child mind still talking, and he's like, yo, what if a game with mechs and this and that, and then and then time travel level, and then there's a level where it's actually a level inside of a factory that's making levels that the guys train on for the training, but that's where they construct the levels, and then you're going through the level constructor, and so the levels are flipping upside down and all around. You're going through each, and they're different. I was like, huh? What? Huh? How? And that's just me thinking about it. Is like the imagination is kind of spilling out of the ideas of that one game. Then we move further, right? He does Titanfall 2, boom. He's like, EA buys Respawn. We're like, oh man, Microsoft should have bought that. I'm just kidding. And then he does Star Wars, Fallen Jedi, Fallen Order. I forgot what the last Jedi Survivor, right? No, Jedi Survivor, right? Is that the first? He does the 2. I don't remember the sub names, but he does the 2 with Cal. Is it Cal Keston? That's his name. He does those games. They're like it's kind of like Souls-like, or I would say not so much Souls-like, but they're like a Uncharted, Star Wars kind. It's a hack and slashy action adventure type of. It's cool. It's good. It's a good game. Not horrible. Not the I still think Titanfall 2 is better, but that's just me because I like Star Wars, but I'm not like, oh, Star Wars. If Star Wars is better than anything, I'm not get that. No, there's some trash Star Wars stuff out there. Some really good Star Wars stuff, but some trash stuff. I think he created a character. I want to see that character, Cal Keston, I think is his name, right? I want to see that character in like the movie, like the canon. Like put him in the next movie or something. That'd be dope. I'd be like, okay, all right, because the actor's fine. Wait, I'm trying to think. At what time did? Oh no, that happened. Wait, see, I'm forgetting. I don't even know when the time frame is for Cal Keston. I think it's around. Oh wait, it was okay. I know what it is. It's right after Order 66, and that's okay. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, he's still alive. Could be, but anyway, whatever. But this man created things for video games that changed video games. It changed video games. For Activision, for the better. Now Microsoft, they own Call of Duty, so his legacy is living on in Call of Duty with Microsoft as long as they keep that series alive. And it's never a good thing when someone passes away, right? So it's just, especially he was only 55, and that's he had a bunch. He had more things to do, but this kind of it reminds us that we should not take for granted the everyday of every day, if that makes sense. It's like, a lot of people are like, oh man, I can't wait to do this, or I can't wait to do that, or I can't wait to get out of school, I can't wait to get my apartment, or I can't wait to retire, or I can't, but instead of taking every day that happens before you and saying, yo, the sun is shining, it's nice, let me go smell some flowers and stuff. And, it was raining today. I was like, wow, rain. Dangerous to drive in with slick tires, yes. Not saying I do need tires, but anyway, that's not the point. Point is, enjoy the time that you're here, because you never know when you might not be here, And, the circumstances of his passing, I'm not going to get into. It's not really important. What is important is that, his legacy continues, and we celebrate what he's done for us as gamers and in the industry, and not really forget that Call of Duty is, for lack of a better term, his baby. I mean, like I said, he created what Call of Duty is today. So he's always going to have, his DNA is always going to be present in Call of Duty. And if they ever bring Titanfall back, same different. He's always going to be part of that. Same with the new Jedi games. He's going to be part of that because he created, he was part of the studio that created. He was the boss, and he was just making it happen. And he had the Midas touch. He was good. I don't even know. I would have to see if he did anything before that, and there were probably bangers too. Who knows? I mean, I don't. So, I didn't do research in that respect because, it's really about appreciating what he's done for us. Thank you, Vince. And trying to enjoy what he's given us and think about, I know this console war thing, we do it. It's fine, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's just games. It's for us to enjoy capitalism. But whatever, it's just games for us to enjoy. And when real life smacks us in the face, and we realize, oh, oops, this console war thing really ain't that important. You know what I'm saying? What's more important is, the people who are making these games be healthy. You know, and we can tie this into the crunch that Naughty Dog just went through. That shouldn't happen, but you know, whatever. That's their thing that they need to take care of. But I'm just saying, moving forward, let's try to treat each other with respect and with, I don't want to say, just be humans to each other. Don't be a dick, if you will, or vagina. I mean, whatever. Who knows? I guess that would be the C word in Britannia. That makes sense, right? Anyway, you know, Vince did things that nobody else could. Look at this. Look, I saw this, right? I pulled up the thing. I was like, oh man, let me look at some Titanfall art, right? And I'm looking at all this art, and I'm like, look at this beauteous stuff. I'm sorry, I'm a fan. If you can't tell that I'm a fan of Titanfall 2, then I remember the first Titanfall. I was disappointed because there wasn't a campaign, right? But I played it a lot because I was like, I like getting into Titan. Like, stand by for Titanfall, and then you smash some dudes. You land your Titan on a bunch of dudes, and you get like achievements and points and all kind of stuff for that. Man, it was so good, so good. Remember that? I think that was the cover art for Titanfall 2. Yeah, Titanfall 2 was great, and actually the player run animation was really good too. I remember that stood out to me. I think, is that BT? No, this is BT right here. So, you know, it's a lot of Titanfall 2 is so good. I just think that we should just, you know, chill out, relax, enjoy what is in front of us. Enjoy the new stuff. Go back, enjoy some of the old stuff. We're gonna be playing not super state of the art games. We're gonna be at a plateau for a minute because of the whole hardware stuff that's going on. So I think there's gonna be a little bit of a shrinkage in the market because of that, but that will give you opportunities to go back, maybe go through Vince Zampella's catalog of games. You know, Titanfall 2, the Jedi games, Call of Duty, Battlefield 6. Try that out. You know what I mean? And if there's anything else before that, like I said, I do want to see if he did have any games before Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It was Call of Duty. Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty. Was it Call of Duty CD? Whatever. I think it was 4. No, but he left it Modern Warfare 3, that's right. So it was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. There it is. And then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I think that's when they stopped giving numbers to the actual Call of Duty. Anyway, rest in peace, Vince. Condolences to the family and friends, and yeah, just enjoy the simple things, enjoy the everyday, and yeah, just be good. I don't know. Sorry for the downers, but you know, this happens. You know, life happens and stuff, but that's not gonna stop us from having fun, because look, Vince was in the business of making dope ass games for us to play. I'm gonna play them, and I'm gonna do some Titanfall 2 playing. I'm gonna go back and play that. I know I got a physical copy of Titanfall 2, so I'm good for as long as they let me play. That's so bad. Maybe I should buy it on GOG just to have it forever and ever, right? I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate. Let me know in the comments below what you think. What was your favorite Vince Zampella game? You know it was Titanfall 2. I'm just asking just because maybe you Nah, it was Titanfall 2. Come on, stop playing. It was Titanfall 2, but no, for real. Let me know. Probably Star Wars. Well, whatever. Let me know what it was. And in Titanfall 2, what was your favorite part in Titanfall 2? Because that's the thing. That's the question. Because we know the game is Titanfall 2, but I'm just saying. Anyway. I appreciate y'all hanging out, showing up. And I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Till 2 ways.